chairman of our small group out of our coordinated health committee here at the school. And just to give you a little background information, that sounded really weird, that whole introduction. This group started within our coordinated health committee here at the school. Our coordinated health committee is a group of teachers, administrators, students, community members who are interested about the overall health and wellness of students and faculty here at North Putnam. A group of those individuals got together and it really started out of the idea of teen pregnancy and some issues that were arising within the high school and middle school with young girls and young men making poor decisions that ended up in a pregnancy. And so our little group started talking about what we could do to help our school, help our community combat the issue of teenage pregnancy. And as we've met, and really this has all come about really quickly. So over the last 2 months, we've met several times, and every time we've gotten a little bit different direction. And the last time we met, we decided, instead of having a big parent meeting where we invite people to come in and we have a speaker about teenage pregnancy, that we would actually try to get a group of the community together to just talk about at-risk behaviors within our teens and within our students within our community. We believe that it's not necessarily a school problem that can be fixed. The school plays an integral part in all of this, but it's going to take a community-wide effort to help steer our students in the directions that they need to go so that they don't make the destructive decisions that some have made in the past.
Some of my teens, alcohol and drugs. We have a teen addiction program at our office. They meet 6 weeks, every 2 months, every 3 months, I believe.
Charlie Bowler, a member of the Board of School Trustees, as well as an Indiana State police officer.
Oh, I could talk forever, but you don't want me to get started.
He arrests the people who make bad decisions. Wendy Pearl and Jeff Fordyce for the Everlasting Foundation. Sorry, lost. If you guys could talk a little bit about your foundation.
Hi, my name is Wendy Pearl, and my son is in 6th grade. We've been living out here for about 15 years. And basically, a year or so ago, something told me that the kids in our area need help. And so instead of me as an individual coming and asking for resources and things, I came across an idea of forming a foundation. And basically, I made the Everlasting Foundation. The mission of the foundation is to provide services to aid families and children within northern Putnam County. It's not to take away.
Rude. You don't have to feel bad that, I'm making a big deal about, the shirt being too short, or about a tattoo, what's a tattoo, or about a piercing up high on the ear, or about a piercing in the nose, or whatever your values are. You can't feel bad about your kids knowing exactly how you feel and actually standing by it, because they're learning from you. They're looking for your responsibilities and we need to get that information out to the parents that are willing to listen, and in opportunities that we have, whether they're coming in because of court or whether the parents are involved in any way, and gently just kind of pointing out, well, this is what happened with me with my son, or this is what, and I do that a lot because it makes people at ease to know that, oh yeah, you had that problem too. And so that's, something that I'd like to see us be doing. Know who your kids are spending time with, get to know their parents, because then you're going to know what their values are that they're placing on their children. You might be abstain, but their best friend that they hang out with all the time and they hang out over their house and with their mom and dad is not that at all. It's about the pill. And maybe that's not in your best interest. Maybe that's not what works for you. So get to know their parents too. And there's nothing wrong with that. And that always makes kids go, oh, Mom, So recognize that. Make sure that you're giving your kids the open and accurate information and understand what other kids are saying, what terms they use, what talking means. I had to learn from my stepdaughter what talking meant, you know, understand what they mean when they're talking about relationship issues and how things work and how kids actually date or don't date anymore, because it's very different than when we were young and when you were young. And I put a comment in here next about when your kids are trying to tell you something, stop what you're doing, look at them, listen to them, talk to them. It might be the only time they ever come to you. It might be the only time that they ever say anything to you. And you don't want to miss that opportunity. And it's the hardest thing in the world, because it was hard enough for them to want to actually say anything to you, especially if it's sexual in nature, and then it's even harder when you're being faced with having to answer it on Johnny on the spot. And you know, I always tell the story about I had an ironing board in between us, and that was the best thing that could have ever happened, because I'm just ironing as I talked. And this is my stepdaughter, this isn't even my daughter. So, but recognize that. And if you don't know the answer to what they're asking, look it up. Don't guess. Look it up with them. Get the, you know, work on it with them. Make it into a project that you're going to find the answer. You know, can you get pregnant when you're on your period? If you don't know the answer, look it up.